Well, listen, finally on December 30th, 1992, the man they call Vader, he defeats Ron Simmons for the world title in Baltimore, Maryland. We love Baltimore, Maryland. Me and you got to enjoy a nice meal in Baltimore not too long ago. I'd like to do that again sometime, Arn. Next time let's go to Jimmy's again, can we?
We will.
I want some crab cakes. You know,
I should say you do.
The one the size of the plate. Remember that one?
You got two of them that were softball size.
Well, listen, we're in Baltimore, Maryland on this night. It's the site of where he lost the title to Ron Simmons in August and began his reign that lasted until Starrcade 93. 93 is arguably Vader's most significant year in wrestling, by the way. The research guy often compares Vader's 93 to Flair's 89 in terms of how good each was and how they made their opponents. But Vader will be a focal point in 93, and we're going to revisit that campaign started here, December 30th, our final clip of the week, 1992. We're at the Civic Center. Arn, you've been there plenty of times over the years here in Baltimore. Van Vader wins the title from Ron Simmons.
Anything else? Vader was shocked at that move. Power slam. That's the move he beat him with last time here in Baltimore. But this time he does it covering. He went up to Harley Race. And now covering with Vader's in the ropes. So things have drastically changed. Back on August 2nd, the power slam beat Vader. This time the power slam. And quickly Harley Race was up. Shoulder block taking Vader down. One more time, Vader moved out of the way. Been a lot of talk about the shoulder injury to Simmons, but certainly it has not affected him at all in this match. He hit the floor, but actually landed on his backside and his feet. Now Vader executed a suplex, but Simmons picks him up down the back. And now a cover. 1, 2, Vader barely gets out. He almost had it. That was the closest call we've had yet. Now Ron Simmons runs right into Vader. Picks him up. Shoulder breaker. Shoulder breaker. 1, 2. It's over.
There it is, new champ. And, man, how about that power slam when we first started watching that clip? It was smooth as anything I've ever seen for a 400-pounder.
Well, I've said before, when Simmons power slams you, you feel like a baby in his arms.
Yeah.
It's just whip and just, it's effortless.
And he just whipped the big, 350, 400-pound Vader like a little baby right through the air.
Leon was every bit of 350 right there, every bit.
And Tony Schiavone alludes to it. Simmons having a storyline shoulder injury, and the big man capitalizes on it to win the match. High intensity for both these guys, as we would expect at this point. And Vader's just getting warmed up, as I said before the clip. As for Ron, this is the only title reign of his career. But you've pointed it out before, Arn, that there are far more wrestlers who haven't been world champion, let alone the first African-American heavyweight wrestling champion. Give us your thoughts on Simmons as the champion, as well as what we just saw here in this 90-second clip.
Well, I got nothing but respect to this day. I see Ron occasionally at these signings, and he's just a hell of a businessman. He's a hell of an athlete. He's a hell of a man. Hell of a friend, credit to the business, you name it. He's all those things, and I think he represented being the champion well.
Yeah.
He could have had more guys fed to him and had more victories. I would like to have seen him have a little bit longer run and imagine the match that Barry Windham would have gave him and some, Rick Rude and some of those guys. The potential they could have, had. Imagine Ricky Steamboat wrestling for the title. What kind of match he could have gave Ron.
Amazing.
I think it had a lot more legs than the short time that he was a champion.